Anyway, I had mentioned on my last episode that we would be talking about preseason football once it got into a little bit more full swing. Now we are in full swing in preseason, so a little excited about that. I myself am a Cowboys fan, as I mentioned before.
I'm a Patriots fan.
Yeah, trash.
Anyway,
what have you seen from preseason football so far that you find interesting?
I find it interesting that the Denver Broncos don't have a starting quarterback yet. It's so close to the season, and it's Mark Sanchez hasn't claimed the spot. Trevor Siemian hasn't claimed the spot. I mean, you have Paxton Lynch there that you drafted in the first round. And I mean, why do you draft a quarterback that early if he's not even going to be given a shot? So, I mean, so all three guys have not shown anything whatsoever about securing the top spot. And Gary Kubiak came out and he said that he's going to name a starter within the next week. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see the next preseason game because, I mean, defending Super Bowl champions, you start the season that you're not even going to have. And even whichever of those three are picked, I mean, I don't think those are what Broncos fans want to see out there at quarterback after having him in.
Those are Class C quarterbacks at best.
So, I mean, I find that pretty interesting. And then, of course, the LA Rams. I mean, I find that.
I like what I've seen from them.
So, I mean, that should be.
Todd Gurley is getting the privilege that's usually only given to veterans. He's sitting out the preseason after his rookie year, which is pretty crazy.
I think it's pretty cool that, I mean, LA's got a football team again, so
yeah,
should be pretty fun.
I love what I've seen from Dak Prescott on the Cowboys side. I mean, thrown in total 2 games, 338 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. I think he's doing a superb job. Tony Romo was 36 years old. Hopefully, groom Prescott up for a couple of years, and then once Romo's gone and his collarbone is broken for the 4th time, that he will have a nice starting quarterback with Prescott. Maybe, who knows? Who knows? Anything else going on preseason that you want to talk about?
Let me see. San Francisco 49ers. Those guys are a mess over there. I don't know what's going on. Is it Kaepernick? Is it Gabbert? I saw Ponder play the other day also. He did pretty good. So, I mean, I don't know what Chip Kelly's frying up over there. So, I'm interested to see what's going to happen.
Chip Kelly basically destroyed the Eagles as a GM. And then I think this is his last chance to prove he's an NFL-worthy coach with the 49ers.
Yeah, I think he could just stayed at Oregon.
Yeah, I feel like, offensive-minded head coaches don't usually do great in the NFL. The old saying goes, defense wins championships. And I don't think Chip Kelly follows that philosophy very well.
Yeah.
And he trades every player that has a problem with him.
And that's his solution.
LaShawn McCoy,
yes.
Jeremy Maclin.
That's his problem. I guess he doesn't like confrontation. So his
not.
way is ship him out of here. So it should be. I mean, the season, it's not going to matter. It's not like the 49ers are going to make the playoffs or anything. You got the Seahawks, the Cardinals.
Oh, okay.
And the Rams.
That's another thing. My team that I think is going to make the playoffs this year, my surprise team, my sleeper team, is this year is going to be the Oakland Raiders.
You think it's about time?
I think it's time. Derek Carr, Latavius Murray, Amari Cooper, Michael Crabtree. I think they have the young offensive tools that we got a chance to develop some more last year. This coming year, I think they have the defensive tools too. I mean, Khalil Mack there and everything.
Yeah.
So I think that should be. If not, that's my sleeper team to make the playoffs this year. If they don't, maybe next season. But I think they're on the come up for sure, and I think they're worthy of being recognized now as an actual contender. They've been looked at for so many years. It's just somebody they're there. They're a team. They don't contend. They win maybe 4 or 5 games every year. Now I think they have potential to go maybe 9-7 somewhere around there. So we'll see. That's my sleeper team. Who's your sleeper team?
I got 2 that I really like out of the AFC. The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yes.
And the Tennessee Titans.
The Titans?
I think the Titans.
The Titans, really?
The Titans. I mean, you got Marcus Mariota back there. Great quarterback. I think he's better than James Winston.
I would agree.
Marcus Mariota. Then you get DeMarco Murray. He had a horrible season last year.
Yes.
But remember 2 seasons
He's on his
ago.
fantasy team. It was awful.
Awful. Wow, he was my first pick. Horrible. But 2 seasons ago, he was the best rusher in the league. Yeah, he had the greatest offensive line in the league. But I mean, this guy's still a good running back. And I mean, and then you have the Heisman Trophy winner in the backfield also, Derrick Henry. I mean, shoot, Marcus Mariota. Yeah, the guy could pass, he could scramble, but I think this year he's going to be able to hand off the ball. So, I mean, I think it's going to be a more balanced attack. He's not going to be taking that many hits. He could just lay it off. And I think the Titans can make some noise in that AFC South. I mean, the Colts, Andrew Luck was injured most of the year last year, so they didn't. The Texans, well, they made the playoffs for the first time, finally, a couple of years last year. Now, this year, the Texans, I mean, we don't know what we're going to get from Brock Osweiler. And then the Colts, I mean, is Andrew Luck 100% again? I mean, do they have the tools on offense, defense? So I think the Titans are just going to have.
If they stick to a run-heavy offense, they can have something.
I think the Titans are going to. They're a sleeper team. Sleeper team that just nobody's going to be paying attention to them. And then I don't know.
Last thing before we go, this video is getting a little too long, but the player that I think is gonna. We're gonna pick a player that we think is going to have a breakout year this year.
Okay.
My player, who had a disappointing year last year, but I believe C.J. Anderson for the Denver Broncos is going to have a breakout year this year. But as AB mentioned earlier, they're having a lot of quarterback problems, and regardless who they choose, they're not going to have an A or B list quarterback. So I think he's going to get a lot more touches this year, and I think he's going to produce. I really do. So that's my player that I think is going to improve the most from last year. Because last year he got off to a slow start, never really got going. I remember that whole thing. All the fantasy owners were all mad at him and everything. But I mean, that's just the way it goes sometimes. But I think this is his year. I think he's going to break out this year for a big year.
You think so?
Yeah, I see James.
I think for obvious reasons, it's not much of a breakout year. But I mean, Jordy Nelson didn't play all last year, so I think he's gonna. All that stuff that he's been holding in, I mean, he was injured towards ACL. He's been working to get back. He was finally taken off the injury list this week. And I think Jordy Nelson is just going to be huge this year. I mean, top 4, top 5 wide receiver this year. I mean, he's up there with Antonio Brown, Odell Beckham, Julio Jones. He's up there. I think this will be a breakout year for him. And Aaron Rodgers is happy to have him back. So
last year, Randall Cobb didn't really step up.
No, I had him on my fantasy team too, and he was horrible. So I mean, it's not really a breakout player, but I think it's going to be a breakout year for Jordy Nelson this upcoming year.
All right, well, that's pretty much what we wanted to cover today with this episode. We'll have another episode next week as we head into, would that be week 3 of the preseason?
Week 3, yeah, we're about to finish.
Week 3. Preseason's hard to keep track of because they film Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, whatever. So, thank you all very much for watching. We'll have another episode next week for sure. So, stay tuned. Thank you very much.
All right, peace out.
Peace.